And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I know it has been a while. That's on me. Okay,
It's 12 o'clock.
we're back. So welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Soulful Conversations, where we bring the most powerful and amazing people from around the planet. And of course, on today, I have delivered once again. We have today we have Pastor Linderia Watts. She is a she's a woman of God. She is someone who preaches the word, necessarily around the globe. She's a mother. She's an author. She's she's a fellow creative on social media. She's she's so many things, wrapped up in one. The clock's ticking, so so we want to welcome the amazing, the enigmatic Pastor Linderia Watts, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Yeah, so again, welcome to Soulful Conversations, and again, we hope that you are blessed in this year of 2025 of our Lord. I know a lot of people are going through it out there right now. A lot of people have been going through it. It's been, for I know me in my life, it's been a roller coaster ride. It really has. But we keep the faith. We continue to keep the faith, as they say. And I've been, like I told you, I've been watching you for a while, and you do an amazing job of coming on and edifying the people. And I know, with that said, how is it? Do you find it, the almost like the work life balance, for yourself? Because it's like you give so much, you give so much, but then again, in the background, you have your family and your own personal life and
Mhm.
things of that nature. So do you find it at times? Do you find it a little? Do you find it easier? Or do you find at this point easier or difficult to balance that out?
Um, I think I just roll with the punches that life gives me. I don't really think anything's difficult for me. It might have overwhelming moments at times, but I don't know. I think I'm just made for this. I think
Yeah.
everything that I've been through in my life has been stepping stones to get here, from growing up where I came from, and then now I think everything is just God just showing what He will add to your plate when you're ready. I don't think God will give you anything that you cannot bear. And so whenever I get thrown a new obstacle, I just pencil it in like I do everything else. I think I'm just in love with what I do. And so it becomes easy.
Okay. And a lot of people out here, they may want to do naturally what you do. A lot of people, they say, well, you've got, millions of people following you on social media. You've been viral a billion times, so can you give them a word? Because I believe that some people think it happens overnight, and then some people may have a bit of fear. But I'm here to tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, it takes some work. It takes some elbow.
Well, I think what's known is that overnight is not overnight. It's never overnight. Overnight is consistency. And I think that's the word that has to be instilled. In order to do anything and to be great at anything, you have to have consistency. And yes, I've been viral many times, many times, many times, but it's because I'm dedicated and I don't make this a job. I make it a lifestyle. So my lifestyle is God, my career, my family, everything is my lifestyle. And if I feed my lifestyle, it will feed me back. And That's just what I do. I wake up, I have God on my mind first, and I just push it all the way out. And I don't give up. Even when the numbers aren't matching what you feel like you're worth, you want quality over quantity, and you want the right people to find you. So sometimes it might takes a little bit of time, and that's okay. Time builds character. Time builds, humbleness. And then you sit with that and you navigate through, how can I get better? You perfect your niche every single day, and you feed it. If you're feeding something, it's gonna grow. Just keep feeding it, and don't look at the numbers, and don't go to your friends and ask them, because they don't know either. You stick with what God showed you, and you watch everything happen. And don't be so fixated on why I'm not viral yet. You just keep living in the now and keep working at your craft and perfecting your craft, and it will start coming. Don't get discouraged. Get encouraged to do better each time.
Right. Beautifully said. I'll say that, there are many paths to enlightenment. I always tell people, um, your journey is not going to look like my journey. And like, I could say, well, I don't want to speak for you, but, this is really just the beginning. I
Hmm.
mean, from here, it's a national in a global path. Sometimes you may want to do something, but you may have other things that you have to do. So it may not always be, it may not naturally always be all smiles and sunshine, but it's like the way you handle it, it's like it's so effortless and so purposeful. And people aren't going to see the tears behind the scenes, and when you're going through it, or when you have to deal with something with family. But it's like when the cameras are on, it's like it's like lights, camera, and action, so to speak. So with that said, how do you stay grounded during difficult seasons, like emotionally and spiritually?
Oh my goodness. I think I don't know. I think that I've been dealing with stuff since I was a child, and I think that I'm just, again, made for this kind of stuff in life to come at you, because in life you're going to face challenges every single day. For me, you really won't know what I go through unless I come out and say so, because I'm just such a professional person. So it's very hard to even know that I'm even upset or sad unless I'm expressing it to you. But I think I just go to God, because I vented to men before and it came into a lot of people's ears. So my vent goes to God, and I just let Him come in and minister to me and love me. And I'm not afraid to cry and be open with God, because He's the only person that can take it away. I can tell you about it and I can tell you about it. You can listen, but you won't understand. But God will listen and understand and make changes. So I just always go back to my first love, which is God, versus man. I will tell you what happened after that I come out of it, but ultimately God is the only one that can fix it. He's the only one that can change it. And so in my storms and in my trials, and I have many, and I just make sure I know that it's going to be okay. And I think I always walk around telling myself, like, it's okay. It's just a stepping stone. We're going to get through this. We're going to ride this storm out. It might be a long storm, but we're going to ride this storm out. And then I just have to know that the devil is angry, because you're going through trials because you're chosen, not because you're just anybody, because the devil can use anybody. It's because you have a call on your life that is heavy. So I start rejoicing in some of the storms as well.
Right. And people have to remember, like, even in the Bible said Jesus was in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, and all the things that, and the devil threw everything but the kitchen sink at him. Listen, just bow down to me,
Sure.
I'll give you this. Call down the
Mhm.
angels, and you can do this, you can do that, So, but
Mhm.
with that being said, for you, like, what role does community play in healing and faith in your experience?
Um, So, I mean, I guess for some people, I guess I can give you a politically correct answer. For some, they say, you need the community, you need the village, you need this, and that. But I'm a very isolated individual.
Hmm.
You don't really catch me with a lot of people or prophets or pastors. I kind of run in my own pack. But I can say I do have people that I can call on if need be, but I'm a very isolated individual. So a lot of people don't know and cannot reach me as communities. But I do have my church now, and I am going to build a church community to where, you can reach out and get healing. I think that to me, community in my life wasn't really community. It was really a judgment, and a lot of people will come in a place of judgment if you fall, but I think that God is rebuilding the word community, and I think that he's gonna come in and just turn it around so we can have what we would call community. Because back in the day they used to say it takes a village to raise a child, and I don't
Mhm.
think we have that village, but I think God is bringing the village back, if that makes sense.
Yeah, greatly stated. So, was there ever a point where you got like this spiritual divine download from God, and you were like, "You want me to do what?" Like speaking on your purpose as far as going out and ministering to people, giving them a word, being the prophetess that you are, so so to speak.
I think God just blows my mind all the time when He asks me to do stuff. It's always something crazy. I don't think I ever had anything that was just like, okay, go do this. No, I think for me the scariest moment was when I had to go to LA from Florida by myself, and minister and baptize people who I've never met. And I just jumped on the plane and I went. And I was out there from 12 to 5, just baptizing so many people. People were literally like on drugs, coming off of their high, walking up, getting in the water. And I didn't understand why God had me go out there to a place that I've never been by myself as a woman. And it turned out to be one of the greatest things that I've ever done. And we sat on the beach and we all just had fellowship together. um, I think again, prophesying to celebrities, which is crazy too, and prophesying when the submarines happen, and then everyone thinking you're crazy, and then all of a sudden it's on the news, and everyone's like tagging you, and here's another viral moment. I was like, well, didn't I tell you? I think it's just standing true to what God is saying and don't deviate, no matter what people may think of me, because God's word is his word and it will not return void. And knowing that if I am a prophet like he said, then I have to stand on his word. And it doesn't matter what the people are going to say. And I think that's one of the hardest things for me to do is not worry about what people saying, but doing what he says.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
we know people, how that people are gonna always be people, and they love gossip, especially on social media.
Mhm.
The positive is micro, but in any little thing, a small headline could be blown up, out of proportion out here.
Yep. Mhm.
So, do you feel like, in closing, do you have like any, like, just a word for someone out there who may be watching this, whenever they watch it from somewhere, out there, they're trying to they're trying to live their purpose, they're trying to walk this righteous path, but it's like, I know for me it's been like, trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, but you got to get back up, you got to keep moving. So do you have maybe a word out there for someone?
I mean, I guess the word would just be simply believe in yourself. Because if we go back to Genesis 1 and 26, God made us in his image and he put all of this in us. It's so much inside of us if we just believe. And too many times we throw in the towel right before our greatest blessing. If we believe, we can change so many things. The thought of something can literally change your day. If you think you can do something, you can. Whatever you put your mind to, understand that it's going to happen, and be very watchful of your words, because your tongue is so powerful. You can wake up and say, I'm going to have a bad day, and then you will. But if you change the verbiage of how you even speak about yourself and speaking on things, all of a sudden your life will start transforming. Don't think about all the negatives and what you did not accomplish, because every day is a new day to change your life. So wake up knowing that today is going to be the day that I'm going to change my life. And it might not happen yesterday. Cool. It wasn't my day. But today it might be. Just keep working and keep perfecting your craft and keep believing in yourself. You owe it to yourself to be your biggest cheerleader. So why give up on yourself? keep believing.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is from someone who has been through it, who has been taken to it, and who is going to continue to elevate, so to speak. So I said 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and I try to be a man of my word. So we have that 15-minute mark, and this is the amazing Pastor Linderia Watts. I am, of course, Mr. Soul of a Man. Expect great and amazing things from this young lady coming forth. Remember, you heard it here first. You know, we're talking about so we going global, y'all. We going global. Don't go anywhere, Pastor. We're going about to
Okay.
shut it down. But thank y'all so much. You know, you can find her on social media. Is everything under Pastor Linderia Watts?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so y'all can find her on social media. Find me, you know, Soul of a Man 504 on everything social media. But thank y'all so much for joining. God bless y'all. Continue to keep the faith and continue to keep the strength. This thing's not over. It's just beginning. It's going to be even more amazing than you could ever possibly dream. All right, y'all. We are, as always, we are out this piece. Peace.